it's you who have further to fall. Ghost town, haunted love. Raise your voice.
Everybody, a massive welcome. My name is Danny Wells. I'm joined by my co-host Caroline Stork, and I've also got a load of the team here. As it's our awards ceremony, we decided as we're local, let's get together and been doing some vision boards, and then we're going to all get together on this call. And some of the speakers are here tonight as well. You're going to hear from Milena and Mary shortly, who are here, as well as some of the speakers. But I'm going to kick straight off and go straight into our slides for tonight because we're joined by the lovely Lisa Woodcock from hospital, who's going to be training first so that she can go to sleep and rest. But before I hand over to Lisa, just a couple of little bits of recognition. I want to say a massive welcome to the team, to our new consultants, Vitame. Vitame, thank you, in Polish, welcome. To Anne Buckeridge, Donna Espin-Smith, April Kennedy, Sally Louise Brooke, and Andrea Haritoot. Huge welcome, guys. We're so happy that you're here and part of the team. And also, we did an incentive last month for people to earn a spa day if they hit district manager promotion or current district managers to hit DM bonus. So a huge well done to these spa achievers. Danny Wells, Jennifer Houghton, Emma Lee, Lisa Woodcock, Lauren Jones, Milena Scabell, Mary Atterbury, Emma Stevenson, Natasha Roan, Gabby Young, Jade Brimfield, Carol Sutton Houghton, Fiona Forrestal, Nikki Marchant, and Dr. Carol Patrick. So a huge well done, guys. Massive well done to you. Right, now I've got the pleasure of introducing Lisa, and bless her. When I asked Lisa if she'd be happy to talk a bit about promoting to area manager, I was really mindful of knowing that she's in hospital, she's recovering from major surgery, and I said, everyone wants to hear you speak, but obviously if Monday's too soon, that's fine. And she was like, if I can, I will. I've checked in with her. She was like, yeah, I'm fine. I checked in with her about 20 minutes ago. And I was like, if 7:30's too early, like we can move it back. She was like, no, absolutely. I'm happy to. But obviously it's going to be short because I'm recovering, which I absolutely understand. So I'm just so pleased that Lisa's here. I'm so pleased to know this extraordinary woman. So huge welcome to new area manager.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
There we go. Sorry.
Yeah, you can hear me? Good.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Hi. Yeah, so I haven't prepared much. I'm sorry I'm in a dressing gown. I haven't seen real clothes for a few weeks now. And they've just been in and delivered me some drugs. So I should go uninterrupted and maybe a little bit woo-woo halfway through this 10 minutes. So, but it's so good for the soul to be here with you all and to see all of your gorgeous faces. So I couldn't say no, and I will take up as much as the time that I've got the capacity to do so. But first of all, a massive, huge thank you to everybody for all your love and your support and your messages over the last couple of weeks. It's been really heartwarming and really has helped me through everything. So I had two choices to make. I've known ever since I joined Arbonne, I have very difficult health issues, and I knew at some point there was going to become another major surgery. And I had two choices. I either concentrate on that, or I concentrate on me, my business, my growth, my development, and reaching my goals within a business that I decided to jump into. And I thought, why concentrate on something like health when that's out of my control? And I can leave my doctors to do that, and I'm just going to go and work my stuff, because when I come through the other end of it, I don't want to be further back. I want to be further forward. So I wasn't going to stop my big goals getting in the way of being in hospital. And I think one thing I've always tried to do is be and stay consistent. And I think it was really important that I continued to stay consistent whilst I was in hospital. There was a short window of time there where I was put to sleep and I couldn't do anything about it, but Danny stepped in and the rest of you stepped in and shared and commented and sent all the love. So thank you very much for all that support. But one of the things I made sure when I came into hospital was that I had all my lists ready. So I was prepared and I was organized. So in my personal life, I was getting my house in order. And in my business life, I was taking in my list of clients. I've got literally an Arbonne file here with me. It's got all my clients printed out. It's got all my Replenish Me customers printed out. It's got everyone that I've contacted. When you're on high doses of medication, when you're busy, when you're stressed in life, when you've got 4 kids running around the house, whatever your circumstance may be, being organized and consistent, I feel, is super key. So I also knew that I wanted to do it over the 3 month period rather than the two or even the one. I couldn't have done it over the one. I maybe could have if I pushed myself to do it, but that wasn't my aim and that wasn't my goal. I wanted to make sure that I was going to hit this next to me huge big level within Arbonne and I was going to hit it sustainably. So for me, hitting it over 3 months made the most sense. I could have done it in month two, I really could, but then I also figured out, hang on a minute, Dubai is going to need a couple promotions in there. So if I hold off and do it in month three, I've already got one in the bag. So doing the maths, I think, is super important when you're going for any goal. Sit down, figure out what you need, break it down to monthly, weekly, daily. And if you ever find yourself on that day or that week or that month falling slightly behind, you need to add it on somewhere else and you need to just up your game on that day or that week, a couple of extra posts, speaking to a few extra people than you normally would have planned to do. I also think you can have these lists and these people that you're going to plan to speak to. I'm going to speak to these 10 people today, but for some reason you don't get hold of 3 of them, but you've left them a few messages, you've maybe sent them a WhatsApp, however the best way is to contact them. At that point, you don't just then give up and wait for the next day and add on that target that you've got to do. You go and find another 3. You go and find another 4 people to speak to. You bring them forward from another part of your list. Because if you try calling the same person or messaging the same person always on a Wednesday at 3 o'clock and you're consistently not getting hold of them, a Wednesday at 3 o'clock is not good for them. You need to mix it up. So I was taking my list and I was moving them around, sat on my bed, just figuring, right, who do I need to speak to? Where do I need to go to? How am I going to do this? I've got it down to this much to go, and I've got this many days to go. So once you've got a little bit ahead of your target, the next thing I suggest you do is reset those numbers again, and just don't think it's going to land in your lap. One of my other things I really like to do for any goal, any month, any week, especially when it's a big target, is over egg myself, because you've got to be prepared. We talk about 90-day money back guarantees. Like, people might buy something, they don't like it, they want it back. So if you just go right on the cusp of what you need to earn and then someone sends something back, that can take that promotion away from you, and that can be soul destroying for anybody. So always make sure that you're adding an extra 10% on top of something to hit those goals. One of the other, I think, fail-safe things to do when you are working your business and you are helping people, if you know you've helped somebody, you've joined Arbonne and you are recommending, like you would, we say it all the time, a meal, a menu, a food, a food place. We try something good, we go out and we recommend it. You've then helped somebody, they've then tried something good. They're going to then go and recommend it. And don't think you can tell your clients enough. I've helped you, you've helped me. Why don't you help some friends? If you refer someone to come and ask me a question and it ends up in a sale, I'm going to send you a little thank you gift in the post. You're going to feel great for helping your friend. Your friend's going to feel great. They're likely to probably do the same kind of package as you. So then you've got a bit of consistency. You've got another accountability buddy. You're going to get a free product as well. And then I've just grown my client base even further. And I don't think you can tell your clients this often enough. Refer, refer, refer. I'm constantly having these kind of conversations. If you've got any friends that have told you you're looking great, have you got any friends that have noticed what you're doing? Can I speak to any of your friends? If you're not comfortable referring them, would they be happy for me to have their details and say hi and that you've spoke to them about products before? Some people aren't as forth, outspoken as we are and happy to go and speak to anybody or anybody. So they may not want to actually talk to their friends about it and feel like they've got the confidence. And like what we do when we do a three-way call and I get Danny on to speak to a possible consultant, you can do a three-way call with your clients to refer friends. It's not always just about the business. So I think it's really important to keep searching out those new clients and talking about those referrals. So all of you know the majority of my business is done on social media. A lot of these people I've never met before. So I make sure they become my friends. I'm not just here to show them a product, influence them to buy a product. I'm here to actually help them. I'm here to find out what their goals are and become their friend. And the majority of people that I speak to on Instagram, like I genuinely feel like I know them. And they don't share as much. Like I'm an oversharer, we all know that, and they're not. They may do one post ever in their whole lifetime, so I know nothing. So it's really important to make sure that you put into place that, two ears, one mouth rule, and really listen and find out about your clients, what makes them tick, what they're comfortable with, what they're not comfortable with, and what you can help them with. Because they could have 10 people in their family who have all watched them do a 30-day plan and they're all asking them the questions, and they just may not have told you that little bit of information. So find out, has anyone in your family noticed that you've lost weight, this weight loss that you've wanted to achieve, or that your skin's got better, your goal of helping your flares and your breakouts in your skin? Who's noticed in your family and your friends group? Can we get them into a little chat and let's all just chat about it together and see what kind of goals they've got? So I think it's super important to kind of not take over, but just remember, when we're trying to grow our business and build our teams, we're doing exactly the same with our clients, and we're trying to make them feel as super comfortable and trustworthy of you, even though they've already bought, but to then hand over their friends, which is a whole new client base, a whole new network for you to go and explore. So when we are looking for those new people, they don't necessarily have to be a whole new, brand new person. I don't have the opportunity to speak to new people all the time. Even in hospital, there's 6 people out in bays out there, but I get locked away in a little room because I'm immunosuppressed, so I can't speak to new people all the time. So I need to speak to the people I'm already speaking to, and then speak to who they're speaking to. So never feel like your network is too small and you need a great big Instagram base, because I promise you, my clients are 1-step, 2-step, 3-step clients from people who have already purchased from me because I've built that relationship with them. Okay, so that's probably my biggest bit of what I've been doing over this last 3 months, is taking on my referrals and building those really strong relationships and just making sure that follow up is key. I am pen to paper kind of person, so I like marking someone off my list, moving them on in my diary and making sure that I remember that I got to get back to them. My memory is shocking at the moment. I actually tried to dial into this call 2 nights ago and was almost like, Daddy, I can't, I'm not going to make the call. I can't even dial in. Wrong night, Lisa. So, use whatever format suits you to keep yourself organized, to keep yourself accountable for your clients, and go and speak to your clients' friends and family and make them your friends and family. I hope that helps everybody. And I'm going to pass back because I think I'm out of breath and I've probably waffled a little bit there, but love you all.
Blimey, that was amazing. Danny, do you want to do thanking Lisa? I know we switched around the slides a little bit in order.
Did that music play then?
It did.
Oh, you. Yeah. Oh, Lisa, I'm so glad that you are feeling up to talking tonight, because obviously everybody wanted to hear what you've got to say, but everyone's also very mindful that what you're going through. If you said like, I can't do anything, that would be completely understandable. Oh, you're just wonderful. You're just absolutely one of the most extraordinary people I've ever met. And that isn't even just through Arbonne. I used to say that to my husband about you a few years ago when we first met. And I'd say to him, I'm friends with this really extraordinary woman. So you can imagine how fortunate I feel that you then decided to work with me and that we've become really good friends. Well, that's how I consider you anyway. I'm like, Lisa's like my bestie. You might not think of me that way, but absolutely adore everything about you. And I feel so lucky to call you a friend in my life. You really are a very remarkable, extraordinary, unique human being. I'm just so lucky that I get to spend time with you. And I just love that. So thank you so much, Lisa. You're just wonderful.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Making me blush. Move on, move on.
Over to you, Caroline.
Amazing. Right. Okay. Are we going to go back? Okay. Are we done January at a glance, or did we not? Did we skip over that? I don't know.
Yeah, I wanted Lisa to have her time when she was feeling fresh. So I literally was like, quick, quick, quick.
I know. Do you want to go back to those slides, or
No,
should we
no,
just?
we'll carry on. We'll carry on.
Okay, okay, right. So, well, if anyone hasn't already seen it, obviously we've shared in the chat the at a glance, and there was obviously the first of the month call, which you can get on the source. And obviously, I think everyone gets an email now with all the details. So, if you're not familiar with what is going on in January, then make sure you just catch up so that you can be hitting the ground running for the rest of January. Very exciting. So Lisa, yeah, obviously Danny's just thank you. That was absolutely amazing. You are like another level person there, aren't you? Incredible. So I just jotted down the things about consistency. Like no one can, like say that you're not an incredibly consistent person. Organization, definitely. And that whole thing about referrals and being the 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps away from you. I like totally believe that that is how network marketing is designed to be, that we shouldn't always have to be going out to find another new person. It should be that you find the one person and then you find the next person through that person, because they're your kind of people, and that they will then be the one that's promoting what we offer. So yeah, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. That was incredible. Right. So I have got the honor of recognizing all of those incredible consultants who have done their customer acquisition bonus part one. I'm not going to read out all the names, but look at all you amazing people and take some pictures, pop it on socials for great recognition for all these amazing folks who have done that acquisition part one. This is where you start to get that 6% override on personal enrolls IC. So well done, everyone. Fantastic. Danny, are you on this? Oh, amazing. Thank you. I think we've got a second page of those. So well done, superstars. Again, massive clap, take some pictures. And well done, everybody. Fantastic. Danny's like hosting everyone, doing the music and the slide sheet. Superstar. Okay, now we go on to the very incredible customer acquisition bonus part two. And look at how many people we've got on here. This is amazing. This is where you get £80 cash bonus for doing that building block, that 2,500 success line QVs, and enrolling 2 new personally sponsored ICs or PCs with an over 150 QV spend in their first month. So well done. I think you all deserve a massive clap and a cheer. Well done, Sally, Natasha, Melina, Carol, Emma, Mary, Cara, Jessica, and Lois. Well done, everyone. You're incredible. Scrub the floor and just mop it. Show these gangsters how you pop lock it. Don't care what. And these are the guys who are going to be coming on and smashing a district next month, I am sure, or else some of them will have promoted again already this month. So well done, everybody. Okay, fantastic. I think, Danny, I'm going to hand it back to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So I now have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker, Jennifer Houghton, who is going to be training today on goals and how to set goals to make sure that you win. So a little bit of music and over to Jen.
Okay, hello, good evening, everybody. Oh my gosh, I made so many notes from Lisa. I just feel like, oh my gosh, how am I going to follow that? So I will do my best. Thank you so much, Lisa. I've got so many notes and so many top tips in there. So I have the honour of training everybody this evening on goal setting. Now, I'm aware that some of you might be really hot on your goal setting for 2025, and some of you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I know I should be setting goals, but I'm not sure what to set. So tonight, that's what we're going to do. So I know you've all got pens and paper around. What I would like you to do, we're just going to go straight into it. What I'd like you to do is put 2025 in the middle of your piece of paper. And then I want you to do almost like a star shape. So we're going to have 5 lines off of that. Okay, and then in the sections between the lines, you're going to write career, health, relationships, personal growth, and the last one is lifestyle. And then just really quickly, in the next couple of minutes, I want you to fill out what springs to mind in each of those sections. So it might be earn AIT. That's what it is for me. So earn AIT in Korea. Health, it might be complete the 30 days to healthy living 3 times this year. Drink 3 litres of water a day. Make sure I have my Green Good Glow shot every single day. Personal growth, it might be read a chapter, commit to reading a chapter every single day for this year. Listen to a podcast. Lifestyle, I've put in my lifestyle section how many holidays I want to go on. I know we had a discussion the other day about what lifestyle might mean. So whatever those things mean to you, write down your goals. Okay, have you done it? Jade's had to get a new pen. She's like scribbling away all these goals. These things, I'm never sure how much time should I give everybody. Some people have finished, some people are still scribbling away. Okay, so next to, well, within those goals, choose one. You might have written 3 or 4 in career section, for example, or relationships. Choose one in each section that is the most important to you. Just star it or highlight it. Okay, and then the next question is how. So for me, in my career section, for the most important goal for me this year is earn AIT, the Arbonne incentive trip. So right next to that, how? How will I do that? So, I mean, the AIT one is pretty much figured out for us, isn't it? We've got a tracker. We know how much QV we need to do. We know how many promotions we need to do. And we've got a time as well, a time slot. Now, some of these goals, it might be that the how might take a little while to figure out. For example, like relationships, it might be spend more time with my family. How? Well, every month I'm going to section off 1 day a month and we're going to go and do a fun activity. Like that is an easier how than promote to the next level of promotion or management or earn AIT. So it might take you a little bit longer, but I'm conscious I've only got 10 minutes. So I'm going to move on. But if you're still scribbling away, that's absolutely fine. So every single goal that you've written on that piece of paper has a cost. Goals do not come for free, and they're going to require sacrifice in regards to time. Like every single person on this call, every single celebrity, every single person you know has 24 hours in a day. That does not change. It doesn't matter if you're the richest person in the world or the poorest person in the world. We all have the same budget, if you like, which is time. And many people set goals, but then they don't make time for them. So, for example, they might say, right, that's it. I'm really going to go to RVP this year. That's it. That's my goal in Korea. But are they sectioning out the time for it? And we really need to make sure that we are, because many don't price up their goal. And this is so, so important to price up your goal properly. So all goals, like I say, have a price. So the next thing to do after setting these goals is assess the value of that goal to you, and then assess whether it's worth your time and energy to spend on it. Because not all goals will be worth your time and energy to spend on it. Because at the end of the day, in any currency, the most valuable thing we have is our time and our energy. And the most successful people in this world allocate their time and energy on things with the greatest return to them. So if you think of goals like a buffet, so on your piece of paper, it's like the buffet, and you've started at one end and you've picked up the cheese and pineapple on sticks, the cocktail sausages, the sausage rolls, some grapes, some cheese, some crackers. Like you're going along the buffet and you're picking it all up. And at the end of the buffet, you are going to have to pay for that. And is that in your buffet, in your budget? So then it's working out what your budget is, and your goals are the buffet and your budget is your time. So how much time do you actually have? How much time do you have? And one thing I absolutely love, and Sarah Dunning did it at Leadership Academy, she wrote out like a plan of her week and blocked out the things that she has to do, like the school drop off, getting the children ready, and then scheduling time for her Arbonne. And she says that she does her Arbonne time between 9 and 11 every single day. That is absolutely like scheduled out, blocked out, nothing else becomes part of that. So what goes on your schedule for your week? Maybe you've got a 9 to 5 job, maybe it takes an hour of commuting. Maybe you've got children and they have a nap time between 2 and 4. Like write out your week and work out your budget. So, okay, so you then analyze your goals for the return to be spending your time on that, because there's a million and one things that you could be doing with your life, and we're all the same. So the return on your time and energy is very, very important. And some goals have got a huge price tag, but actually a very low return. So you can't take all the goals without paying the bill. So once you found out your budget, and you'll find out how much time you've actually got to dedicate to your goal. So, so what are your goals and how long do you want it to take? Like, how long is it going to be to take, and how much of your budget are you going to spend on that? And once you know your budget and you know your expenses, aka your goals, there are going to be some things within your week that you're going to start thinking, actually, in order to achieve my goal and achieve that value to my life, there's things I'm going to have to give up. And that might be, for me, for example, with social media. Now, obviously, we work our businesses on social media. It's a great tool to use to grow our businesses. But what I found was it's very, very distracting. It's like going into a room with lots of flashing lights. You go on to do one task, and actually half an hour later, you still haven't done the task because you've been distracted by this, that, and the other, and the messages have popped up, right? So for me now, to combat that, every day before I go on social media, I write a list of 5 things that I need to do, and it helps me to stay focused on what I need to do. So what is it for you? It might be Netflix, it might be social media, it might be a number of different things. Like, what are you willing to give up for that goal? And then think, which ones actually am I likely to give up? Because there's a difference on what you would need to give up and what you think you should give up and what you're likely to give up. So for example, you might say, actually, I'm not going to watch Netflix. There was an RVP that used to say I think actually it might have been Ian Pritchard, there's no QV in TV. Like, don't watch TV, like get ahead with your goals. So what is it that you need to give up to achieve your goals, and what you're likely to give up? Like, I knew that actually I'm not going to give up social media. It's just structuring it so that my time on social media is obviously productive, and also I'm not consuming a load of junk consumption, if you like. So oftentimes it's easier to swap out things than actually just get rid of them at all. So instead of social media, it could be swapping that out for maybe audiobooks or some sort of personal development, YouTube videos, something like that, because it's much harder to stop doing something than it is to replace something. So now we know what we want, the goals that we want, what it's going to cost, as in time, like how are we going to do it? How much time is that going to cost? And then what are we willing to give up and what are we likely to give up? Those are the 4 things that we need to ask ourselves. And then we have to, then we have to think about these goals, because oftentimes one goal, just focusing on that one goal and chipping away at that, will actually help us to achieve the other goals. So what will you sacrifice for that goal? Because every single goal will take a sacrifice. For me, in my first, I'd say 4 years of doing Arbonne, I sacrificed my soap. So before I started Arbonne, I loved my soaps. I used to watch EastEnders, Emmerdale, and Coronation Street. I used to watch them all. I knew exactly what was going on. When I started my Arbonne business, I had no time at all. And that's why I needed to start my Arbonne business. Like, I had no time. I had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I was working 2 part-time jobs around my children's dad's shifts. Like, time was at a premium to me, but I knew I had that hour and a half every single day that actually I just sat down, collapsed and watched TV and just didn't do anything. So I just swapped it out to then start growing my business, and that's what I did. So what will you sacrifice for that goal? And does that goal mean more to you than anything else in the world? And then do that. So I think that's all of my notes covered. Oh, and there's one last quote I want to leave you with, and this is from Alex Hormozy, who I'm absolutely obsessed with at the moment. He's such a good business coach and got a great business mind. So his definition of commitment is to eliminate all other options. Eliminate all other options, and that's his definition of commitment. And then he says as well, when we start focusing on the goal, focus is the quality and quantity of things you say no to. The more you say no to, the more focused you are. And if you said no to everything that wasn't to do with that goal, then you would be 100% focused. So don't ever say you're not focused. Just remember things you have to say no to. So I hope that's helped. I know I've gone over, but thank you so much for asking me to talk.
That was fabulous, Jen. Jen, I feel like Jen's like the queen of goals. She's always saying to me, I always used to think you just set your goals once a year. And then like she'd ask me, what's your monthly goal? And I'm like, oh, I didn't know we did that. And then she's like, what's your weekly goal? What's your daily goal? What's your goal each hour? So Jen, you're the perfect person to do goals. I actually did goal setting with Jen the other day, and it was brilliant to actually get out written on paper the things that you actually want. And once you start opening those floodgates, you start to realize all these other things that you want. So it's brilliant. Thank you so much for that training, Jen. Perfect. Right, so we're going to move on to our Roger Bannister Achievers. So a massive congratulations to the following people that actually did their business turnover by halfway through the month. So huge well done to Mary Atterbury, Natasha Rowan, Lisa Woodcock and Gabby Young. Okay, so the next bit of recognition is the top client sales. So in number 1 position, we've got Lisa Woodcock, who sold just shy of £10,000 of products last month, followed by Jade, Gabby, Carol, Danny, Krista, Natasha, Mary, Emma, and Nikki.
My lover's got no money, he's got his strong beliefs. My lover's got no...
Now we've got recognition for, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music okay when I'm playing it. You can, great, wonderful. Okay, so with the next bit of recognition is top sponsoring. So a huge well done. In number 1 position last month is Natasha Rowan, who introduced 8 people to Arbonne. Well done, Natasha. Followed by Gabby, Carol, Fiona, Nikki, Danny and Lisa with 7 introductions. Lois with 5, Jade, Cara, Carol with 4, Jess and Emma with 3, Natalie, Lauren, Alison, Mary, Sally, Gemma and Milena with 2, and then Charlotte, April, Phil, Magda, Dottie, Lisa, Yasmin, Becky, Claire, Krista, Emma, Jen, Donna, Sally and Caroline with 1 introduction. Well done, guys. And I'm going to hand over to my co-host, Caroline.
Amazing. Thank you. Well done, everyone. Well, I have got the very great pleasure of introducing someone who you will have seen on those last couple of slides for top sponsoring and top sales. And those are the people that we want to hear from, because they're the people that we want to be, that are showing us the way and showing us how it's done. So I've got the great pleasure of introducing the incredible Gabby Young. So she was on there with doing over 2,500 client QV, which is amazing in sales. She's had a massive mindset shift last month, and she sponsored 7 new last month as well. So without further ado, Gabby, tell us how it's done. Our new area manager in qualification, soon to be new area manager. Let's hear it, how it's going to be done and how it's being done, Gabby.
Hi. I think most of you know me. Little background from me. I've been with Arbonne now for, it will be 6 years, I think, in March. I started in March 2018. My first launch was in April the 26th. and I was in DMQ by the end of April, and I promoted to DM in May of 2018, and I've been a DM ever since. But I've been very proud of being a DM ever since. I've managed to maintain it. Leanne's in my team, but she's promoted out as a DM. So for the past over year and a half, I have been maintaining my own district on my own, just from my client base. But last year, or this past last year, 2024, it was touch and go. Most months I didn't get my brick, and I have to say I wasn't pushing myself. I didn't get my brick. There was only 2 months, May and July, where I went over 2,500, and by mid-November I looked at my PA balance and I thought, I'm going to lose my district if I don't pull my finger out. So that really gave me a huge kick up the bum. Something else that happened last year in August, I put out a reel that went viral, and I went from 2,000 followers on Instagram to 24,000 in about 2 months. It was ridiculous. I thought that was it. I thought I was going to be like, all these sales were going to come in. I was going to be RVP. I was going to be MVP because I was an influencer. So I was posting stuff on my stories and nobody was buying. I was thinking, I don't understand this. Why, I've got all these followers, people should be buying. And that's where the wonderful Lisa Woodcock, who is actually the only person that's highlighted that I can see other than myself. Hi, Lisa. I saw her posts, I saw her stories, and I saw how well she was doing. So I sent her a little message. I said, what are you doing? She said, not a lot. I'm just posting. I'm just doing my stories. So I went with the whole best copycat wins, basically. I watched her, I followed what she was doing, and I copied her. And I just posted and I talked about my life. I got out of my comfort zone. I started connecting with people on Instagram, not just being a faceless account. It didn't generate me sales immediately. As Lisa has already said, it's about making friends with people. So once I did this, I realized it wasn't generating me sales. I needed to also get into my DMs and start getting to know these people. So all the people that were watching my stories, I would click on the link and DM them through the stories. And that's a little tip for people that don't know. But if you DM somebody with a private account that you're not following, that they haven't let you follow, the message goes through to them. It goes into their requests and they will see it at some point. So it's really, really good way of getting in contact with people, because I have a lot of people that follow me that have private accounts. So it's a really good way of getting into contact with them. So I started doing that every day. There were some days where I had like 400 views on my stories, and I would give myself 25, 30 minutes and just DM lots and lots of people, leave it, come back an hour or two later and get in conversations. And that has started to slowly generate me sales. But what I'm going to say is my sales haven't come from my following. So don't think you need a big following. I'm still having to put the work in and make the effort to make friends with these people. And actually, it's a little bit more difficult now because I lose track of who I've got. So what I found was in my messages, there's a really handy, there's a little tag in the top right of your messages. I don't know if it's the same. I've got an iPhone. Looks like a tag like you put on a present. You can click on that and you can decide whether they're a lead or whether you want to flag them. So I have all the people that are interested in the products that have said, yeah, they're interested in the products, they're leads. All the people that I think would be good for the business, they're flagged. So I can just bring them up whenever I need to and carry on the conversation with them so they don't get lost in the hundreds of messages. So yeah, like I said, I've only had a couple of sales from that. So if we go back to mid-November, I remember messaging Catherine Scully going, oh my God, I'm going to lose my district. I was on around 500 QV. And if I didn't do my break, that was it. I was going into title maintenance. So I thought I need to do something. So I got my consistency on social media. I was showing up every day. I consolidated my Facebook accounts. If you've been with Arbonne as long as I have, I had a lot of Facebook accounts from various ICs that have joined and then left the business, from people that have done parties for me. So I decided all the people in these accounts, in these groups, I need to get them into one group. So I went into them and invited them into my main group. I was more consistent with my nutrition because I haven't been. I've managed to lose a stone in weight since late October to Christmas time. And I'm back on it now after Christmas. It is a work in progress, but I feel a lot better and I'm looking better, and people are looking and asking me about the products again. I spoke to people in DMs and face to face, not just posting stuff and expecting people to actually buy from your links. You need to actually go in and talk to these people, or you need to meet up with people face to face. So I was doing that a lot more. I just got really, really uncomfortable. And I know you hear that all the time, but it's so true. You just need to get uncomfortable. So in November, I used Replenish Me and the Black Friday deals, created offers for my past clients, for my new clients, for existing clients, just to get them back using the products, because I'd been quite slack about messaging people. They'd kind of drifted away. And by the end of November, I'd done my brick. I was on around 2,800, and my success line with Leanne and her team, we were nearly about 7,000, which was amazing. And that momentum then carried me through into December. And we still had the sales. There was I continued with the same energy, basically, carried on as if it wasn't the end of the month and the start of the month. I just carried on with the same energy. Unfortunately, I had a really nasty vertigo attack in December, and I ended up in bed for about 4 days. But actually, it was a blessing in disguise, because I couldn't do anything around the house. My husband wasn't asking me to do stuff. The kids weren't asking me. So I was literally in bed with my phone like this, just messaging people. I was on social media. I was messaging people in my stories. I was posting other people's stories. Whenever I could, I would get up and talk as well if I wasn't feeling too rough. I thought, if Lisa can do it, I can do it, because she's in a far worse position than me. So I just did that. I was in my DMs the whole time. I contacted all my past due PCs that hadn't renewed, talked to them about placing orders, talked to them about how they could get a free gift if they placed a big order, or if they didn't want to place a big order, they could place 2 small orders and get 2 free gifts with Replenish Me, which a lot of them did. And then that gave me my 150 as well. That still wasn't enough to go area. And this is where Carol came in, to be honest. She messaged me, because I was like, it's not going to happen. She just was messaging me. She breathed belief into me that I could do it. And she said, it's only a number. And it's really strange. It's something I said to people on New Year's Day in a very, in an hoodie, looking quite hungover. But it's strange how 1 month you're going for a goal of 500 and it feels massive, or you're going for 2,500 and it feels like a huge goal. And then at the end of December, I had 3 days to go, and I was going for 3,000 CQV or QV from the team. It didn't feel like a big goal at that point, because I'd already done loads of other work. So yeah, whatever goal you set yourself, it will feel a lot. So just set it a bit higher than you normally would, and you probably will find that you will actually reach it. So New Year's Eve, I've got 1 minute and 40. I've got my time. And New Year's Eve, I was hosting a dinner party with 14 people. What was I thinking? I had no idea that this was going to happen. I woke up in the morning. I had 1,718 QV to go. I had the shopping to do. I had to clean the house. I had to cook for 14 people and look like I wasn't doing Arbonne work, because my husband was, doing loads of stuff as well. So what did I do? So before I started on anything for the dinner party, I got on my stories. I told everybody what was going on. I told them my goal. I told them what I needed. I told them that I needed 30 orders, 30 products. That was it. And then it was all stories of 1 minute. Put it all together with CapCut, sent it on WhatsApp, put it on my WhatsApp status, sent it in Facebook groups, sent it in a broadcast list to loads of people, and the orders started to come in. I had to go to Tesco then, and I was like, oh my goodness. When I was in Tesco, I did what Danny would do. I listened to The Secret the whole way around to keep my energy high and just to make myself feel, that gratitude that it was coming. And then I got home, checked my numbers, and they hadn't moved. So what did I do? I freaked out. And then I thought, no, Fiona would not freak out. Fiona would tell me that to be patient and let it come. So that's what I did. I just carried on and made the food. I thought it's going to come. I shared my goal with everybody in the WhatsApp. I kept sending the pie chart to them, showing them what was going on. And weirdly, my numbers were duplicating. So that was kind of made me think of you, Nikki, because my numbers were duplicating. I was thinking, this is it. It's definitely happening. My numbers were like 5757, 8282. Oh, I'm out of time. So basically, the last thing, what did I do? Leanne was busy working away on her goals. My dinner party started, and I still had, I think 5 p.m. I had 1,000 to go. And then the dinner party started, and I had by that point, I had 300 QV to go, and I thought, oh, it's going to happen. But what did I do? I got everyone sat down. I did a speech, and I said to them all, right, it's really important you know this, because I'm a little bit stressed out. But tonight I am going into qualification to promote for area. So if you've ever thought of buying an Arbonne product, you need to buy it tonight. And by the time I'd had dessert, 2 people had ordered, and it was done. And then I woke up the next morning and there were more orders that had come in. So yeah, that was my goal last month, 10,000, and I did it. So this month it's 14,000, and that's okay because it's just a number and it's going to be done. So that's me. Area manager, end of the month.
Area manager Gabby Young, incredible. Danny, are you musicking now, or shall I do you think she's thinking about it? So Gabby, that was amazing. Energy off the scale. We are so excited to watch you. This is your moment, and I cannot wait. It's so exciting with all that energy. Gabby's got a plan, haven't you? A weekly plan, and she's 100% on it. And for anyone who thinks they're too busy, Gabby is like the busiest person in the world. 3 teenage children, like pretty full-on teaching job, and also smashing her Arbonne business.
I'm scared. I started a new job today. I've got to do, Carol thinks this is hilarious, but I've got to do a year 8 Spanish teaching test tomorrow. I can't speak Spanish, so I'm going to go away from this tonight, and I've recorded all the questions on here. I'm going to have to learn them overnight.
Oh, bless you. Well, you're incredible. We 100% know you've got this. Like, we are totally believe in you, and we cannot wait to see how you go and for us all to be inspired. We need more area managers. Come on. Right, that was incredible. Danny's just, oh, look at that. There's the music. Amazing. Well done, Gabby. Superstar. Okay, so where are we? Super quickly then, we're going to go on to the new and new blocks. Well done, everyone. So this is your own purchases and your clients as well. So block 1, I'm not going to read through them all. Take a picture, put it on your socials. Well done, everyone. You are incredible. 500 new and new QVs. Well done, everybody. Superstars. Oh, Danny's. Can we just have a clap for Danny, who's doing amazing with the tech? Well done, Danny.
I'm sorry the music didn't come me after you spoke. I did play it, but it obviously didn't come through.
Oh, you're amazing. Honestly, doing the slides and the music. Thank you, Danny. You're incredible. 1,000 new and you. Well done, everyone. Massive clap. Take those pictures. Share it with everyone. And I know we've got some of the folks here who don't appear regularly in the chats and things, and are still smashing out 1,000 QVs. Well done, everybody. Oh, there we go. 1,500. It starts getting serious. Well done, Catherine, Sam, Faye, Leanne, Lois, and Lauren. Woohoo! Amazing. 2,000. So Natalie Clennell, Jessica Bramwell, Becky Ravenhill, and Magda. Well done, everyone. That is incredible. 2,000 new and you. And the big one. Who did their brick last month? It says there, get ready, come on. We love the brick. Actually, no one loves the brick more than Carol, but we all love it. The brick, 2,500 sales, 4 of them, and you're a district, you're an area. Tracy, Fiona, Cara, Gemma, Nikki, Emma, Mary, Natasha, Krista, Danny, Gabby, Jade, Lisa, and Carol have all done over 2,500. We're not going to break it all down, but all of you are incredible. Take those pictures, put it on your socials. Show everyone how this business is incredible. Well done, all of you.
Closing time.
Fantastic. Okay, that's over to me now, and I'm going to introduce our next speaker, who's actually here with us in person. So I'm going to literally hand over the laptop to our team's brand new district manager, Milena Skubel. There we go.
Hello everyone. So for those who doesn't know me, Milana Škubel again. So I've been asked to say a few words about how to go to first level of promotion, which is district manager. And to be honest with you, I have nothing else to add to what Lisa and Gabby said, really. Basically, I would say to everyone who is new or has been for a long time in the business like I have, but never got to that point, you've still an IC, follow the leaders, literally stalk them on Facebook and Instagram, see what they're doing. Nothing wrong with copycatting. That's what I do. I literally follow everyone who is on the top level in this team, and I just see what they do. Sometimes it's pure copy and paste, but sometimes it's just twitching things around and adding my own thing. So I definitely brought my game up when it comes to social media. Like Gabby mentioned about not only posting, but also following with people, seeing what's going on. I've learned that also from Lisa, that you have to actually go and have a look who is there, who is following, who is liking, and who is like answering to your polls and all that. So definitely upping that social media game, seeing what everybody else is doing the daily activity. So that's obviously our Danny, lovely Danny, who just does the tracker, all the different tags that you have on it, and being consistent, like Lisa said, because actually, as we've heard this many times, is it all simple? You just have to do it. And I think for me, December was just the kind of flow of the months before. So it wasn't like I've sat in December and I was like, okay, this is what is happening. I'm going to get a few new people and that's what's going to happen. This is the work that's been done before that is obviously now reflecting. So I would say as well, for those who feel like, oh, you know, I'm doing all these chit chats and I've been trying to give people products to try or ask them about the business. If you're getting no's, if you're getting no thank you or whatever, just keep going, because that might be not that person, but will be the next one. And like we said, these people have connections as well. Funnily enough, today I've asked one of my really good PC to recommend me to some friends. And she did say that they're not interested without even like, you know, going into conversation, which is fine. So I politely just said, look, that's absolutely fine. I'm happy that they're happy with what they use. But if you know of anyone from your circle that you could recommend to me that will be happy to have a free product trial, maybe a skincare chit chat with me, anything that I can help with when it comes to obviously what I do with Arbonne, just let me know, get us connected if possible, and we can have a chat. And again, I'm not taking it personally. I'm not here crying because she said no, or she thinks her friends might say no. You just have to pass that. You can't take it personally, because I did Arbonne 10 years ago and that was totally different ball game. I was always thinking that is me, that they don't like me, or they think I'm crazy or anything else, but it's not about me. My job is to do my job, which is obviously doing my tasks, carrying on, posting about what my results are. That's why I'm doing the 30 days at the minute, so I can show the people what the results they can get. Again, everybody's going to have a different goal, but I already have people messaging me and saying, oh, what are you doing? What is this 30 days? How is that going to work? So obviously it's only beginning of January, but these conversations will lead me then to something else in the next couple of months. What else? And also scheduling the time. So I've actually brought my work diary, and that's what Jen said about blocking the time. So obviously I've got the tracker. I've started on the 6th, so I've been very naughty this beginning of January, but I've started on the 6th and I've got two ticks to do tonight. And then also
You can't go until they're done.
Yeah. And then also I have blocked the time in my work diary. So this is my salon work where I do the treatments, and these are the different things that I'll be doing first thing in the morning. I find from after again learning from Jade that morning is the best time to do things, because there is no distraction. I don't have kids, but I've got other responsibilities, and I feel like when the house is still asleep and there is 6 o'clock in the morning, you've got that half an hour to do something. Then you can start maybe with the Be Well Club or whatever else you do, and then you gets you through the 7 or 8 o'clock when you have to start getting the kids ready or yourself ready for work. So definitely for me is blocking that morning time and doing the job then, because then I feel like by the lunchtime I've got loads of things done, ticks on my tracker that I've actually done the work that is bringing me then later, again, the conversations, all the QVs. So I would say everything else that the girls said, but that's from me.
Right, you're gonna get some music. Oh my bed, oh my bed.
Make me dance.
You're gonna have some music. Hey, sorry, I'm just trying to remove the spotlight. I can't see how to remove the spotlight. There we go. Oh, Milena, thank you so much. And Milena makes me so proud. And on New Year's Eve, it was all going on New Year's Eve with different promotions happening. And Milena, Lisa was completing area, and I had the jitters because of that. And then Milena was going, and I was literally like, I can't cope with this. Like, it's too much for me. Like, the adrenaline was rushing through my body. And then Mary was like, I'm completing district. And I literally was on the floor. We had family round, and a bit like what Gabby said, I said to everyone, I was like, listen, I can't cope. This promotion's going crazy. I'm going to be on my phone, on my laptop, and I've got to do what I've got to do. And they were absolutely fine about it. So I'm so proud of Milena for completing district manager, and I'm excited to see you go area. Right, okay, so let's carry on with it. We are going to finish a little bit late tonight, so if people need to come off at 8:30, that's fine. We have got 2 more speakers. Lauren's going to be speaking in a moment, and then Mary. So if you need to come off and watch the recording, that's fine. I'm going to do some recognition before I hand over to Caroline to introduce our next speaker, Lauren. So first of all, huge well done to these guys in qualification for district manager: Cara, Lois, Jamie, Amanda, Alison, Claire, and Natalie. And also Kelly, Vicky, Tanya, Charlotte, Faye, and Rachel. And carrying on the recognition, huge well done to new area manager, soon to be, area manager in qual, soon to be area manager, Gabby Young. Oh, and now it's over to you, Caroline. Sorry, thought there was more bits afterwards.
No, amazing. Well done, Gabby, and all you other new DMQs. So excited for the next few months. Right, without further ado, I'm going to hand straight over to Lauren. If you're there, Lauren, I think Danny's going to do the magic and spotlight you. And we can't wait to hear all about building to district.
Don't stray, don't ever go away.
Hello, am I on? Yeah. So I'll keep it really quick and simple. Everyone said amazing things all evening. So my top 2 tips: number 1, focus on trying to build a team from day one, because my glasses look so wonky. Sorry. Building a team. So from day one, don't lead with the products, lead with the business. And if people are not interested, then you've already explained how amazing the products are by doing the business talk, and every single little bit helps. So I have got a few people in my team. A lot of them are not working the business fully, which is fine, but they are purchasing their own items, and that is still all building up to my QV goal. Number 2, I'm going to say, is personal development. And I know we hear it all the time, and I knew that, but it wasn't until doing this process that I really understood. So month 1, I was very near. Jen messaged me and said, oh my God, have you seen, like, you're so nearly at 2,500. If you do it this month and then the next 2 months, you will be a district manager on the 1st of January 2025. And I was like, what? Oh my God, you're right. So I then was like all on it. So month 1 and month 2, I was motivated, I was in activity, and I was there was a lot of wobbles, but the wobbles come from personal development. And I really feel like personal development is what builds the consistency. So when it came to month 3, I really know, I blamed Christmas, but in hindsight, I really noticed that the closer I got to the end of the month and my goals, the more I was kind of self-sabotaging, and I was not as motivated on doing my asks. I wasn't staying consistent with posting things. I was avoiding things and realising afterwards and beating myself up, and then that self-sabotages you even more. And I had a lot to go, still by maybe, I think I had about 1,000 left to go by New Year's Eve. And I was thinking and believing it. I went away for New Year's Eve. I had no Wi-Fi, really bad signal. It was a bit of stressful. But I just kept telling myself, doing those positive affirmations, on January the 1st, I will be a district manager. And we did it. We got there. So now we've had a few days in January and I've been looking back. That is the biggest thing for me that I have realised now that I am a district manager. It is the personal development, because the last couple of weeks of December is where I nearly pulled myself out the game. And that was just my own insecurities. So yeah, they are my 2 top tips. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Lauren, amazing, fabulous top tips, and we are so proud of you.
It's
Superstar,
coming.
Alice.
It's coming.
You've got music. She's doing well. She's doing well. Yeah.
There we go.
That was amazing. Well done, Lauren, and fabulous tips. And we're so excited for you and to see where you now take this business with those amazing tips and continue building your incredible team. So well done. Off we go. Loving all these new district managers. Danny, have you got the next slide? Oh, look at that. I am so lucky because I get to talk through the new promoted district managers, which is so exciting. So I think some of these guys might get a little well done later as well. But we have Mary Atterbury. Yay! Sponsored by Danny Wells. Well done, Mary. You're a superstar. And we've just heard from her. Well done, Melina DM, and another one sponsored by Danny. Well done. Check out her team. Well done, Melina. And in Jade's in the Heart Nation, we have got new district manager Natasha Rowan. Well done, Natasha. I can see you, little smiling face. I've never met you. Look, you've gone straight into district. Well done, you superstar. And also in the Heart Nation, we have new district manager Emma Stevenson. Well done, Emma. How excited all these new districts, everyone. Give me some hearts if you're excited by all these new districts. Loving it. Right, and we just heard from her new district manager, Lauren Jones. Yay! Everyone's there with their photograph. Remember, everyone, the cameras out, take these pictures. Show everyone the growth in the business, and very exciting here, sponsored by Fiona Forrestal, who is smashing it with her unbelievable Canadian business. New district manager, Dr. Carol Patrick. Loving the international team. Look at that. Can't wait to hear from these guys over there.
Okay, thank you so much, Caroline. So if you saw a little bit of commotion there, it's because my robot mop decided that now was the perfect time to go off when I'm trying to do the slides and the music. So there was a lot of panic and franticness, but we're all good and it's paused at the minute. So I'm going to hand over to our last speaker who is here. I'm going to hand the laptop over to the wonderful Mary, I want to say Garrett then, that's your maiden name, Mary Atterbury, who is going to talk about rebuilding a district and being totally freaking fine about it. Like it. Oh, it is coming. Let me spotlight you and I'll hand it over.
My dance. That's all I'm doing.
Spotlight. There you go.
I was like, she's going to leave me just dancing to nothing, just in the background like that. So yeah, I've re-promoted and I'm bloody fine about it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Honestly, I feel like I feel prouder now than I did first time round.
Yes.
So I think a little bit of context as well will kind of explain it a little bit. So last March was when I last promoted. And I was only in the business for a few months beforehand, so 5 months beforehand. And it was Danny who had turned around. We were at a leadership academy. And I went up for a rose. And I went up, she was like, "You're up." I was chatting away. She went, "You're up for a rose." And I was like, "What for?" And it was there, and it was for DM Qual. And I was like, "What's that? What am I doing? Why am I here?" Okay, just smile for the camera. And I came back and she was like, "Right, you're going for DM, right? It's 3,500 this month." And I was like, no. She's like, "You're doing it, aren't you?" I was like, "Go on then, let's do it." So then within a month, I'd made it. So it wasn't planned last time around. I tell you what, I think that was a bit of, like, you're talking about self-sabotage, Lauren. I think it's very much that as well. I was so amazed to get there so fast. I think I had a massive freak out to go with it. There was no build up, there was no major plan. And as much as I wanted to keep it and I was really proud of myself, I felt a bit like, what's the word? Imposter syndrome, I suppose. So I was like, oh, well, I shouldn't be up there. So I wasn't like working on a business every single day like I thought everyone else was, and I wasn't posting the things everyone else was posting. So by the time I been to GTC and I'd kind of got my head around lots of other things, I was ready to kind of keep it. But at that point, I think it was all a little bit, not too late, but for me, I felt like I'd missed the boat and I didn't deserve it properly. And it's kind of how I was really feeling. So like I probably could have kept it, but I didn't feel like I had the clients in my back pocket to kind of keep it going, really. So it was kind of inevitable what's going around. But this time round, I mean, I do my business in quarters. So in September, got Tracy next to me with a camera that suddenly started coming in like this, taking pictures. So in September, I had my plan sorted out for October to December, and I had on my wall, I separated out into 8 different areas that I wanted to focus on in the business. So I've not got much time, so I'm not going to go through them loads, but I put it down as socials. So I was there picking Lisa's brain lots. Becky did so much work with me, bless her. She was fantastic. Networking events, which is what I'd really focused on. Reach out, because that was a thing that I was terrified of doing, still kind of am, still working on that one. Danny's there kind of going, come on, get the messages out, just do it. Testimonials and getting them out there and doing my own testimonials. My financials, which people actually don't really talk about much in this business, but I was thinking, oh, I need to make sure I've got the taxes right. Am I declaring this right? Am I putting the right things through, not putting the right things through? So I wanted to kind of get all of that kind of in the background done as well, which takes time when you haven't got your Excel spreadsheet set up or whatever kind of accounts that you have anywhere. So that's where a lot of my time is going. And then stalls, because I knew it was December time, I wanted to do a lot of that, and face-to-face events, and then obviously my personal development to go on top of it. So I've got it still in my kitchen at the end of September, ready for my October. I had my dream team layout, which I had like all these people that I was working on, and I had these 8 different points. And I remember, Audra, when you first came round, you were like, why is my name on your kitchen wall? She's like, I was like, because you're the first one to join my team. It's still there, isn't it? You're there earlier, and I still got the October poster up. It's now January. It's not moved much for the team, but the aim was there. So I was already, but my thing was in October, I mean, I've got some really bad family news that came through at the beginning of October, so it threw me completely. And I think my energy just went down. I still wanted it, and I was ready, and I was focused, my plans were there. But I really struggled with the energy, and it was the girls that were just, all of you girls here just surrounded us to kind of go, it's okay not to be okay, that kind of thing. But I thought, right, I'm still going to get things still want to do it. But it felt the hunger was there. But then it got to December coming up, end of November, and I thought, I'm running out of time. I've got these plans for my quarter. I haven't done anything. I've not done anything towards it. So I think that kind of, again, just gave me that same push like it had done in the March when Danny said go. And say ADHD, whatever it is, a hyper focus, it's when I have that last minute, that time scales against you, I'm like, right, I'm going. And it's almost like all the plans that I had for my socials or doing different bits and bobs, which is kind of the faff, the glitter that you think, oh, they're doing that, that's nice, I want to try that, that's good. I was like, I don't have time for that faff, I'm doing this. And I was like, right, we had that store booked in. I got something, I've started working part-time at our local gym, just like covering shifts kind of a thing. I was like, right, I need some stalls. Can I do some stalls? Can I do it here? Can I advertise there? And they've been absolutely great. And then they asked me to come and do some of their stalls over Christmas as well for the gym, to kind of do outreaches for the gym. But they were like, right, well, we'll pay you and you can have half of the stall for Arbonne, but could you come and work? And I was like, if you're going to give me half a stall for free, and you're going to pay me to be there, yes, absolutely. So I ended up doing like 5 stalls within a couple of weeks. I was here at Danny's house going, I'm not getting ink in my printer, and I've got to be on the stall at 6:30 in the morning. And I was there printing lots. My neighbour had come round, we're there at 1 o'clock making up all these little bags of presents and everything. So last minute, that's what I am, and it tends to work quite well. So mine is the fact you've got to plan, and I am very much a planner, but I knew I had it at the end of December. That's what I wanted to be. And I kind of still got there, even if I'd faffed for that first 2 months, really. It wasn't really a faff. There was like obviously emotion behind it. There's a reason behind it. But even if you've not gone to plan, you can still hit that target. It's kind of what I've proved to myself. So, yeah, you asked me, Audra asked me the other day, she said, so how did you actually do it? She turned around, you got from like 500 to 3,500, what have you done? And I just said, you know what, it's kind of like it's a bit what Gabby said, it kind of rolls in, doesn't it? So it's very much with your energy. So my energy wasn't there in October and November. I knew it wasn't. So I wasn't putting myself out there loads of messaging lots of people. But then when I started doing it, it wasn't necessarily new people from the stalls that were coming in. Yeah, I was getting a few sales. I've got so many leads from doing that. That's kind of setting me up for this year. And I'm having them conversations and I'm making that. And I have made some new sales from there already. But what kind of came out of the woodworks, which I wasn't expecting, is people that I'd either already had little conversations with that came up to be new clients, or I had some older clients that hadn't ordered for a while. They started doing it. But when I was doing all these little bits, I was out, I was face to face. I was, that's kind of, I don't know whether it's a hospitality in me, but when I'm there in front of people, I'm the gobby one that will just talk and talk and talk and talk. Whereas if I'm texting, you can kind of hide behind your phone a little bit, can't you? So I was there in front of people and they're kind of going, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing this because you'd like it on Facebook, be a friend. Thanks, I'll see you later. But again, it starts that conversation coming through. And I think that's where a lot of they saw the energy, felt it, were thinking, I need to get in touch and not got around to doing it. Let's do it. I think that's honestly where a lot of it came from. And I was really shocked. And I was suddenly there thinking, oh, I'm going to try and do really good, end my December. And I was there that last week thinking, oh, is it doable? It might be doable. Not quite sure. And it's the same thing. I actually took my friend to hospital on New Year's Eve. And I was there and I had a couple of hours in the waiting room. She's fine. It wasn't anything major. But she was there kind of going, oh, I feel a bit dizzy. And I'm like, you're all right. Just sat there. Just got to put this order through. And I was like, I'm the worst company ever, but I drove you here on New Year's Eve, so you're okay. But just that little bit of time, like you said, like Gabby, you said, I had them a few days in bed. If you can just suddenly say, that's it, I'm focusing on just doing that. And I think that really kind of finishes off well as well. So yeah, text that to Danny, sent you a little screenshot going, am I reading this right? Is this actually what's happening? Is it happening? So yeah, I just feel more proud, I think, of myself doing it now, which is why my word of the year is 3 words, but it's just do it. Because as soon as I get in there, I just do it, things start happening. So yeah.
Beautiful. Hang on, let me get you some music. Hang on. And the music is coming. It's coming. Share. Oh my gosh, now I don't know what I've done. Share. Oh, someone might have to sing instead. Right. What's the music going to be? Here we go. Oh, Mary, absolutely fantastic. And do you know what? It's amazing when people promote. It really is absolutely just worth all the recognition. But when people re-promote, I just feel so proud of them because I'm like, this time they've really dug in and they've done it. And when Mary re-promoted it, I was the proudest person you could ever imagine. And I'd been telling Mary that she needed to do Arbonne for 10 years. So the fact that she's come in last year, and yes, she did fly in the beginning, but then she had that self-sabotage time. And then again, she's really found her wings again and just flown with this business. And I kept saying to her, I was telling you for years, you're going to love this business. And when you join, you're just going to fly. And that's exactly what she's doing. So I'm so proud of you, Mary. Huge well done. Okay, so now I'm going to congratulate our team's newest area manager. I don't know what the music's going to be. It's pretty random at the minute. Oh no, that's a bit. Let's try a different one. Here we go. Lisa, I said it earlier, but I'm just so proud of you. You said you were going to do it. You went for it and you did it. And you could have had all the excuses under the world last month to say, do you know what? It's not my time. I'm just going to put my business down for a bit. And everyone would have understood that. But you didn't. You went for it. And I'm so proud of you. I really am. So huge well done to our new area manager, Lisa Wood. And I'm going to hand over to Caroline.
Amazing. Well done, everyone. Right, we've had personal sponsoring and personal sales, and now we're going to look at these incredible numbers for top Central District. So as we know, the minimum in your Central District to maintain 2,500, but these guys are going well beyond that. Look at this. We know Central District QVs were doubled for AIT last month as well. So look at these. Imagine what that's going to be like on their AIT trackers. Absolutely incredible. Jay Brimfield, you're a machine. 29, nearly 30,000 QVs in your Central District. Insane. Danny Wells, again, at 20,000 QVs. These are amazing. Just look at what is possible. Carol Sutton-Houghton, 19,500. Fiona, nearly 15,000. Lisa, 10,000 while being in hospital. How incredible is that? And I know Gabby, me, Nikki, Emma, and Jennifer Cowie, all amazing Central District QVs as well. So well done, everyone. Let's get to Dubai, as Carol says, and let everyone just know what is possible. Well done, everyone. And sponsoring, not going to read through them all. Look at that. This is how you get those sort of numbers. Look at that. Jay Brimfield, 28 people sponsored with an over 150 QV order. Incredible. And you guys there, Fiona, Danny, Carol with 11 and 12. And Nikki Marchant, Gabby, Lisa, 7, Emily, Jennifer Cowie, Laura Leggett, Gemma Puffer, me, Claire, Krista Phillips. Well done on those incredible top Central District sponsoring numbers. I'm just a singer who already blew his shot. And look at this exciting Central District customer acquisition bonus. This is an extra £160 for doing 5,000 QVs in your Central District, plus 5 or more newly enrolled new PCs and ICs with 150 QV order. This is how people who you can see are having growth in their business because they are doing the work in their Central District. So well done, everyone. Jade, Lisa, new on the board, Danny Wells, Carol Sutton-Houghton, Emily, lovely to see you on there, Nikki Marchant, Fiona Forestdale, Gabby Young, yay, and Jen Cowie Horton. So well done, all of you. You are incredible, absolute rock stars, and just those businesses. They're so nice to see Lisa, Emma, and Gabby, who we don't see so frequently on this. So well done. And these guys have earned their start. And Central Area Acquisition Bonus, an extra £320. Who doesn't want that in their pay packet when that rolls in? For 20,000 QVs in their central area. These guys, some of them smashed it in their district, didn't they? 20,000 and 10 new PCs and ICs. Danny Wells, Jade Brimfield, Carol Sutton-Houghton, Fiona Forestdale. You are unbelievable rock stars. Well done, all of you.
Take it back high, bitch, I don't need introduction. Follow my simple instruction. You see me, I do what I gotta do.
Okay, so before we wrap up, we have our stars of the month. Now, we don't have time to do a video for everybody right now, but your VP will do a video this week and get that shared either on the community page or with you. So I'm going to say huge congratulations in the Forestdale region to Dr. Carol Patrick. Huge well done in the Wells region to Lisa Woodcock. Huge well done in the Sutton-Houghton region to Gabby Young. Huge well done in the Brimfield region to Emma Stevenson. Huge well done in the Marchant region to Claire Slaney. Massive well done in the Houghton region to Heather Patterson, and a huge congratulations in the Stalker region to Gabby Young. Well done, everybody.
Report to the dance floor when I say, Step 2. Tell mom you'll be out today.
That wraps up our night. I'm sorry we ran a little bit over. I just want to say a huge thank you to Caroline for being my co-host tonight. And the next training is actually going to be at head office in Northampton next month, but we're actually going to do it on a Saturday in the day and combine it with Leadership Academy. So if you've checked your calendars for next year, we have got a Leadership Academy in February. Now, we're just trying to make sure that we can secure the date for the 8th, Saturday the 8th, but we just need to confirm that. So hopefully the 8th will be fine. And that's in the day, Saturday, the 8th of February at Northampton head office. And if we can secure that date, we're looking at selling the Leadership Academy tickets for about £10 a ticket. And it'll be 10 o'clock in the morning, finishing about 4 o'clock-ish. But we will get those details to everybody once we've got those finalised in the next couple of days. And that's going to include the awards. So that's why I'm mentioning it now, because that's going to include those awards. Thank you so much to all of our speakers for tonight. Thank you so much for all of you guys for joining us. Have a great rest of your evening and have a great month. Thank you, everyone.
Introduction.